welcome to round 4 of Tuesday Night Takedown. In this game, we have Meg with the orange sleeves and AJ with the purple sleeves. AJ is going to be playing Blissey Cinchino, and Meg is going to be playing that Magcargo Torkoal deck we saw in round 1. Both of these players are 1-1-1, putting them at a chance to make the top 4 depending on how one other match plays out, but the undefeated match was going to be another ADP Zacian deck versus Mill, and we already featured that in round 1, and, we want to get our views up, so we figure we put on something interesting for a change. No.
They're just to cancel out everything. I don't know.
Wait on you, Andre.
What's that?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead, buddy. Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Doing things.
Okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. All right, so Meg is going to go first. She might have a chance to execute this Torkoal, and there's our lovely store worker in here today doing his famous Torkoal impression.
You should record that.
So I'll have to start calling him Flannery from now on. Fun fact, I knew a Flannery, and her favorite Pokemon was Torkoal because it was the only gym leader that was named after her, and she felt very special. So if you hear this, Flannery, that one's for you. Alright, so they both had to resolve a mulligan. AJ has a second mulligan here, looking at all that beautiful energy that Blissey is going to need to thrive. Meg throws down her starter, saying out some prize cards, getting ready, probably happy to get an extra card. She's probably in a better mood knowing she's not going to get Night Watch down to like 0 cards this game.
You're not lying.
Sure.
Feels good.
So, yes, you roll twice. For every head you get one. It's cool, right? Yeah,
I actually don't care that.
Alright, so AJ does have a start. I didn't see if he had something other than the start he didn't want, but it's start he didn't want. Alright, and these two players, they are going to begin now. Alright, that little fist bump of camaraderie there. We see the mighty Slugma facing down the fearsome Absol. Gotta appreciate Tyler. He brought his own stick of deodorant in the bag, going ahead and freshening up for the rest of us. Remember, if you go to a regionals and you can afford the $50 entry fee, you can afford a stick of deodorant. Be cool to your other players. Alright, so we see a Chansey come down with a welder onto it. AJ starts getting a little better now. He's got the Heat Factory drawing a few extra cards. He's got another Chansey. He's got the big charm. That's going to be the biggest of Blissey's. So for those of you who don't know, Blissey has an attack that lets you flip coins for every energy on Blissey, and it's going to do 80 damage times the number of energy number of hits. So this Blissey can get real big real fast. So with that big charm, it ends up having 190 hit points on a non-GX, non-V attacker. So even Meg's Torkoals aren't going to be able to one-shot these things if they have their charms on. AJ's Stadium helping out both players with that draw 3 effect. Meg getting to finally play a welder. The Slugma looks like he's ready to go with that super Singy attack. There's that Ninetales we mentioned in round 1 who can just get free gusts on things. I imagine if I'm Meg, I'm going to hope to at some point be able to get around those big beefy Chanseys.
And then what full does is I hit you for 150 plus 130 with 180, and I get lightnings, and I can put them wherever. I can put them on one. Okay.
Meg's deep in thought. She needs to read the Chansey to know what it even does. Gotta love when your deck, makes that happen. I mean, these basic Chanseys, non-GX, non-V with a big charm on them, are seen at 160 hit points. Nothing feels good about that. Like, Meg could have gone for, like, a Singe here, which, would have burned the Absol, but Blissey has an ability that heals status effects. That's gotta feel, like, super awkward. Working out in Meg's favor, though, is AJ doesn't have a whole lot of anything to get that Absol out of the active. Doesn't really have a way to go into, a Cinccino to help him draw a bit. And, like, even just that Fire Crystal for one probably doesn't feel good right now. But there it goes. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, he had 2 energy. It must feel a little bit better. But, attach pass gives Meg another turn to try to find those stage 1s. Can't even really talk stage 1 problems. AJ's sitting on, like, 2 Blissies. Just neither one's able to attack right now. Neither one can get into the active. So, for Meg, it's a race against the clock to see, can she get those Blissies down before they can do too much damage and overwhelm her, 2 prize attackers. I'm sure that Cynthia's got to feel good, giving her a chance to get into something not named Slugma as her active. Meg kind of contemplating her play here. All right, we see the Magcargo that I traded Meg a couple weeks ago come down. It's full art. That's how we know. I don't know. If I was Meg, maybe what I'd want right here is to be able to use 9 Temptations on that Blissey with 2 Fire Energies, or the Chansey with 2 Fire Energies, to go ahead and neuter it before it gets too big. I don't feel like knocking out the Absol really gets you anywhere if you're Meg, but at the same time, if you gotta take a knockout, you gotta take a knockout.
Next turn.
All right, and we do see that 9 Temptations play that we're talking about.
No, I can't. We have no one's ability. We're only going to go off. So I need at least an extra energy. I have no one's cost. Yeah, that's true.
So if AJ had me this a big, beautiful Blissey, Meg would need one extra energy to take the knockout on it. Right now, she only has to get rid of 2 to deal that, or 3 to get rid of that 160. So now she would need the same amount of energy either way. The 160 versus 190 isn't really a factor here, but Meg goes ahead and drops her Cynthia, looking for some more cards. Probably looking for like an Oranguru to help accelerate Magcargo on next turn after it's blown some energy. Maybe going for the little Magcargo to sit there and help put energies on top of the deck. There's a lot of things Meg plays to kind of alter that fire as the top deck. Oh, and there's the Oranguru we're talking about, and the Magcargo. So, Meg's off to the races here. Meg says, I don't need this Ninetales. I've already got one. Let me throw it away. And we see Torkoal coming down. Alright, making that smooth over ability, making everything smooth. Probably throwing a fire energy on top of the deck to accelerate. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe she's trying to throw something on there to get her ready for next turn. She doesn't need to accelerate with the Magcargo just yet. She can give herself a turn before she's too terribly concerned. And we see a Lava Flow for 200, knocking out first Chansey. And here comes Chansey number 2. AJ just shaking his head that there ain't a whole lot going on in that hand right now.
So if I have one, I can draw the 3 cards in my hand. If I have 2, I can adjust that from Pokemon.
Okay, so swaps now.
Yeah, and then I'll just
Swipe again.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I had
AJ's going to kind of bank on here that Meg can't get the 3 energy required to knock out
like 20 energy.
this Blissey.
Yeah. Like it's,
You know, maybe if I was AJ, I would have thrown up the Absol first, knowing they had 1 energy in hand, gain an extra turn. With those Evolution Incense, he could have thinned his deck, a couple turns ago of the Chinchinos, gone down a couple cards.
What's up?
Daring Escape, it's a deck of Transformers where you win by you have no deck and no discard.
All right, so AJ's able to get a triple acceleration energy onto his Blissey, giving him 4 chances to roll some hits, doing 80 damage. He has to get 3 out of 4 hits, and he manages to get 1. Oh, that's got to feel bad. 80. It's that moment you love as a player where your opponent's like, what's your card even do? I don't know.
I only know Nick because we used to hang out in Maryland one summer. I saw him on box here, I thought it was a different friend.
God bless AJ. He found the off-centered pip dice. That is 80 damage. And I'm sorry for all you OCD folks watching where you're just sitting there going, this is miserable.
I don't have any Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show you the Transformers.
Yeah, man.
That's Tripicon. That's a standard card. So basically, you actually do transform the cards. What's good is
So Meg using that smooth over ability again.
characters, and you get your battle card deck of 40. You get you play
Now she's using Primate Wisdom, getting that card that she just put on top of the deck. Probably getting a Welder if she's playing a Fire Crystal to get back 3 fires.
I'm still learning how to
Gets the Welder, she's going to be able to take a knockout on that Blissey at the cost of every energy, and AJ's just like, nope, I mean, wasting my time here. And so that makes Meg end up at 2-1-1. We'll see how she finishes in the final standings at the end of the event. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Next week, in preparation for Collinsville, we're going to be running Expanded. The last Tuesday of every month, we run Expanded just for people to keep in rotation. If you're watching this not on the week that we put it out, this is going to be a February 25th air date. I know we've got a lot of people hyping things up. My plan is to play Snorlax that next week. I'll actually be off stream playing while Rob brings you in for the commentary. Again, if you like what you've seen, go ahead and like and subscribe and follow us on social media in the links below. Have a good night.